And we are live. Wait,
Woo!
and my mouse failed me. Damn it. Hold on. Nope, not in stream, you son of a biscuit eater. Hold on. There we go. I got it
You gotta
back. I
wait
got it
five
back. All
minutes,
right.
Trey. You gotta wait 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah. I had to check myself. I checked myself there, but we gotta wait 5 minutes before we start throwing the cuss words, just to be safe. There's some there's some discrepancies there whether or not we can cuss on the first five or not. But just to be safe, we're gonna wait
All right.
35,
Yeah, so I
350
need
seconds.
y'all to pull out your cheese and crackers and your biscuit eaters. That's where we're at for a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Chase and Jay Show is proud to bring to you live from Sturgis, the Waggonators.
How you doing, everybody?
Woo. So, how's the rally so far?
It's been really good. The weather's been actually pretty good. It's been warm.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of rain, but luckily most of the rain's been at night.
Yeah, I've been watching the weather and it looked like the worst of it was over the top and past you guys.
Yeah, we did run in. We went up to Mount Rushmore and we run into some rain up there. And of course, we didn't have our rain gear with us. We did the rest of the rally. That was our first day here, and we got caught in some rain but yeah, it was all good.
Luckily, the hail was in front of us.
Yeah, we did run in to where it had hail that just right after we got, or right before we got there.
chasing
I
the hail down.
I don't think I've ridden with you guys before. We've just like hung out at places where everybody rode to, So
Yeah.
Do you guys wear helmets, like full face or half or anything?
Well, it kind of depends. Like if we're just riding around in the rallies and stuff, I wear a half helmet most of the time. But if we're doing like going down the highway and putting some miles down, I'll wear a full face.
Yeah, no, I was just curious. I've been in hail several times, and it's not bad if you're like wearing like a jacket and like a full face helmet. It just kind of is what it is. But yeah, if you got exposed skin, it's no fun.
Yeah, because Patty, she hasn't really got comfortable with the full face. She don't like the confinement in it.
Yeah, Shannon has the same problem. She's got a 3/4 plus where it's 3/4, but it's got the full face shield that comes down, so she
Yeah.
doesn't feel like she's trapped. Because she's still got that full face. There's no muzzle.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is more than anything. She doesn't like to be muzzled.
Yeah.
Except every other Saturday night.
I was about to say, there's a joke in there. There's a joke.
I'll make it. I don't mind.
But yeah, the weather's been great up here. Been a lot of good riding. We got a video that's going to come out that it's going to be a pretty neat video. I think. Hopefully it gets a lot of views on it, but we're not going to let it out just yet.
Okay.
Because we've been planning this video for a while. So we decided that we're going to do this, and so we made it happen. So,
is it a Sturgis related video or is it a super double?
Yeah, it's going to be Sturgis related video, but you're going to see Sturgis some of it,
side of it,
different side of it.
Yeah. And I had one job.
She had one job, and she took selfies.
One job to get that money picture, and I was back there taking selfies.
Well, for everybody that doesn't know you, introduce yourself and what do y'all do on the?
All right, I'm Jerry. I'm Jerry, and we do a lot of motorcycle content, and plus some of our other personal stuff that we do in our life, other than motorcycles, like going cruises and stuff like that. We do put that out there, and but we enjoy riding our motorcycles and everything, and she's got her own motorcycle. I'll let her talk about that.
I'm Patty, and I ride an Indian Chieftain vintage, and I probably wouldn't change it.
A very pretty Indian Chieftain vintage, may I say.
Yeah.
The ivory and mint or whatever it is. I just made that up right there, but those are the colors that it looks like to me.
Yeah, and I just ride another black Harley.
Hey, man, I know that one. If I
Harley dealer, where you park, and it's a sea of black motorcycles. Try finding your motorcycle there.
It's easy. His is parked right next to yours.
Yeah, Black Hill parking lot is huge, and there's about 10,000 black motorcycles.
When
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like Jerry, I'm kind of like you. My it's 158 degrees outside, and I'm turning my window unit off just for the stream's sake because I can't hear it. But no, I like fun colors, and I see them, and I'm like, oh, that's really awesome. I'm still gonna buy black though.
Yeah, I think my next one won't be black, but I'll be more picky what color I want.
Yeah. That Harley Davidson burst blue, man, that one's got me. I wish I could get that on a different bike, but they don't.
Yeah, that's a pretty color.
Yeah. Man, that one got me for sure.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the Gray Ghost in person?
Not in person.
Yeah,
We've seen two of them in person, and they're pretty cool looking bikes.
Yeah, kind of.
Patty almost thought about jumping on board.
Just a little bit. Then the guy didn't let me sit on it, and that was the deal breaker.
Yeah, she asked us. We was up there looking at it and
seriously talking about it.
And she asked him, said, "Can I sit on it?" And he goes, "No, you won't be able to sit on it unless you're going to buy it." And she goes, "Okay." She looked at me, and I'm like, "We're done."
Well, I'm seriously talking about buying it, but I'm not doing that till I put my butt on it.
Man, it's one thing when they're like, no, you can't test ride. It's a whole other thing that you literally can't touch that until you put money down. Like sorry, I need a $30,000 motorcycle.
When I bought my Indian, I was the very first one to put any miles on it. It was right on the showroom floor, and he's like, "Go ahead and take that one," because I asked him to test drive it. He's like, "Why don't go ahead and take that one out?"
Yeah, Patty, I don't know. You'd have to get some pretty cool bags to go on that thing, because I bet you're probably like me and spoiled to the saddlebags.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not wearing a backpack anymore. It's not happening.
No.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know if black saddlebags would look real good hanging off a chrome motorcycle.
Well, I can guarantee you somebody is making like chrome bags for that bike.
Like a solid a bag or something.
Yeah, like a hard bag, or what.
Yeah.
Now I saw it. Well, Sarah and I both agreed that I was like, I'm way too particular. Like the amount of fingerprints that would be all over that thing would bug the crap out of me.
Yeah, I don't know how much. I mean, it's kind of like it's got a clear coat over like paint. It's not like chrome.
Yeah, but also I'm kind of wondering, like, from what, like 11 a.m. to like 3 p.m. Can you just not ride it because you're blinded by everything shining back in your face? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how well that would work.
Monkey said it wasn't any worse than like a white bike.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. He bought one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bought one. We met him we'd seen him up here. We actually talked to him, and he just didn't have it quite right, or he'd had it up here.
Yeah. From the video, I think his last video before the Sturgis stuff started, he was like down to the wire on some parts, and he's like, "No, I'm just not gonna thrash on it. I've got all these other bikes I can take."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's kind of converting it, like, sort of to what his dad's stuff would have been on the original Fat Boy, right? Wasn't that the goal?
Yeah, some of it's originality and some of it's just upgrades. But he's keeping all the old parts, so if and when he sells it, he can convert it back, or the original parts go with the bike. I believe, if I remember.
He was modifying it to be like what his dad's bike would have been, the original Fat Boy that his dad bought, I think, was what he said he was going for.
He was going for the nostalgia of when in 1990, I think 1990 when it came out, and he was at Sturgis with his dad, and they met Willie G and all that, and that's what kind of the sentimental value is that was the first Fat Boy that he's seen as a kid, I think, and so that's it with his dad.
Yeah.
That was the first rally that he went with him.
Well, enough about other people. How y'all been doing? How's the rally been for y'all?
We've been pretty good. Like I said, I've been getting a lot of miles in. We rode all the way up North Dakota this time. We wanted to go up there and collect that state. So we did that. We got some new parts for my bike this while we was down here. Got a new saddle and seat. They didn't have the back rest.
Did you put some miles on it yet?
Yeah, we put probably 400 miles on it. And so far, it's a hell of a lot better than my stock one.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you still had the stock seat or if you were going from like a different aftermarket seat. But
no, I still had the stock one on it, and it started getting a rip in it. So when we come up here, I stopped at Saddleman and see what they had, and so we went ahead. My lovely wife here, she bought me a new seat for my bike. So and today, right before we got here, come back for the live, I put rear suspension on my bike.
What'd you get?
Suspension Technologies.
Yeah.
And the wife asked me why didn't I put this on Monday. She's right. We only got one bike up here. We got mine up here today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, makes more sense.
And we were, like I said, we've been riding around on mine. She goes, "Why don't you go back and get the front ones done tomorrow?"
If you don't mind me asking, what the suspension set you back?
The rear ones are right around $900.
That's not bad.
That's not crazy.
And that's them installed. And they said they got a lifetime warranty, no matter if it's 20 or 30 years from now. If I have one go bad or seals go bad, either they'll rebuild it or send me a new set.
Hell yeah.
That's a heck of a warranty.
Yeah. And how do you could tell the difference right away?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as soon as I got on, I could feel the difference. It didn't like bounce.
Yeah, and they're coming up with one for her Indian, and said it'll be out soon, and she's gonna ride on the back of this one. If she likes it, we may end up for one of the made the front end or the rear end of the front for her Indian.
What'd you say, Chase?
Oh, how many miles are on your bike?
Mine's got 40,000.
Okay, so you were on original suspension?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that definitely. I didn't know if, like it's one thing to go from like 10,000 mile suspension to like new suspension. It's a whole other thing to go from 40,000.
Oh no, this one has. Well, I turned 40,000 miles while I was up here on my bike, and it had the original front and rear suspension on it.
Yeah. So big upgrade then.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, we rode from Sturgis to our campground. We're staying at Kickstand Campground this week, and so that's what
6 miles,
6 or 8 miles. But she said I could tell a heck of a difference in it.
Night and day. But I do have to say,
I feel it even more because you have a smaller seat than he does.
Right.
Yeah. And but yeah, she's really liking it so far, and like I said, we just got to put on this afternoon. But hopefully they will really enjoy it with that new seat, with the combination. Hopefully it's a lot better.
Did you get that road sofa?
Yeah, I got the road sofa. Yeah, she wanted that because mine had that big back cushion.
Yeah.
And she did try one that was a little bit narrower, but she's like, "Nah, not so much." So we got the one with the big back cushion.
Yeah.
Where is Kickstand's campground?
To
like Buffalo Chip or Munco or whatever.
It's a 37-mile marker. Like you're going to go the back way to the Chip.
Okay.
Yep.
It's that campground right off the exit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's centrally located in what you're going to do in any activity. It's kind of centrally located.
Yeah, they have a bar on site, and you can go up or watch bands and stuff. Like after we get done with the live and stuff, we're going to go up watch Jasmine Kane and Hippie Coalition.
Hell yeah.
And Mike and Ryan in the Ozarks staying at the same campground this week.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, they're up here. Their buddy's having a wedding, and that's what they're doing right now. They're already married by now, but they're help them with their wedding and stuff while they're up here.
Cool. Yeah, I think not to take it back to that, but I think Monkey was talking about the kickstand campground in one of his pre-Sturgis videos. Talking about
Yeah, one nice thing with the kickstand, you get the bus pass with your entry. So while we're staying here, we both get the bus pass, so you can go downtown and do whatever you want. Don't have to worry about any DWIs or anything.
That's included.
Really?
Cool.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it was. What was it? Around 500.
Yeah, it was like $215 a person or something like that.
Yeah, 215 a person. Around $500 for us to stay here. Now we are dry camping with our camper. I have to run my generator and stuff. We asked about a camping spot, and it was like $800 on top of your wristband.
Oh, an RV spot?
Yeah, full hookup. That was another $800, and we said, "Well, I think we'll just dry camp it." And this is our second time dry camping here.
When did y'all get there, or how long are you staying? Or are you camping?
We got here Friday about 3:00.
Okay, so kind of like right at the beginning of the rally, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we got here the opening day of rally.
Gotcha.
And we're leaving tomorrow.
So you're staying for most of the rally. $800 doesn't seem terrible for a full hookup. I mean, heck, I think the buffalo chip's like $1,200-$1,300 for a full hookup.
It ain't terrible. But for us to run our generator and stuff, we can do it for probably a quarter of that.
Yeah.
And they got a dump station. They got fresh water here, so you can fill your fresh water tank. Then on your way out, you can dump and go on. Because we mainly use our showers and stuff up there. About any, like even when we stay at Buckhorn or whatever, we use our showers at Buckhorn or here. Even when we go Stubborn American, we got water hookup and power there, but we normally just go up and take showers.
Yeah. A little less in the tank.
Patty had to go get a refill. That's what I think just happened.
She's letting the dogs out of the little room.
I've got that one over here kind of creeping on me. You can see his snout.
They lock themselves in the bathroom. But yeah, I mean, we like having our toy hauler. You know, everybody says, "Well, you should ride. You should ride." Well, I love riding long distance. And the first year we come up here in 21, we rode up here and stayed at Buffalo Chip, and we enjoyed the rally just the same. But it's nice when you hear rain coming down really hard and you're in your camper.
Yeah, because y'all stayed in a tent up there one year, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was right after a Kid Rock concert. It was nice and calm until that concert was done. We come up on the hills watching everybody come up from the concert and stuff. Then for about 4 hours, we stayed up trying to hold our tent up at 60, 70 mile an hour winds. Oof. And about 4 in the morning, I said, "What are we going to do?" She said, "Why don't we just flatten the tent out?" So we flattened the tent out, took our sleeping stuff, and slept on top of our tent until daylight.
I'm so glad it wasn't raining.
Yeah, we're glad it wasn't. It was just wind. It wasn't rain.
Yeah, I think Sarah and I have just about decided we have aged out of, especially 105-degree tent camping. Like, unfortunately, all the good motorcycle stuff happens when it's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah,
so, it's tough, man. If you can't sleep well, then you're gonna have a bad week. Yeah,
and I look at it this way: whatever you do, if you want to ride, you can ride it. Rent a cabin or stay in a tent or rent a motel, whatever. But we even looked at, cabins and motels, but we could pull our camper up here and back home. And for where we live, it's cheaper than what we can rent a cabin or motel up here for a week.
And it's ours.
Go ahead.
It's our own private spot, and the dogs can come with us.
Yeah, that's true with the dogs and everything, because you guys have that whole fence set up and stuff that you do, right?
Yeah. We got a pen. We took, when it's just us, we made it so our couches will actually come out, that you can make into a bed back here where the toy haul part is. And so we made them couches completely out, which that gives us about another foot of room when they're folded up. And then we got a pen that we put back here. Then actually, this is going to sound crazy, but our dogs is kind of like a litter box train, but they use alfalfa pellet.
Okay.
So if we're gone, they'll actually go into that little litter box and do their business in it, and so it's not in the camper. If we're gone and they had to go, but they're pretty good about holding it now.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool.
like
Honestly,
that
that's
for
pretty
mine.
dope.
Yeah. I was about to ask you actually, because like, you know, Jay's heard it 37 times in the past like couple of months. Like Sarah and I are looking at like getting a camper like this fall, winter, you know, for next year. So I'm like learning things about like like how to do camper stuff, you know.
Yeah. We got a friend of ours that he comes to Buckhorn every year. When he first started, he had a cargo trailer just made into a toy hauler. Then when we got our toy hauler, he come over and looked at it and seen what we did and some of our ideas. And next year he showed up, he had his own toy hauler.
Yeah, because like Steve does the sort of enclosed trailer that, you know, hauls the bikes and then switches over to like sleep, you know, Steve, Vermont Steve.
Yeah.
You know, Mike and always with Mike and April, Tobacco Fade Steve. I don't know what to call him, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we got, I don't know, Jay, I think may have met them, but they're like, when we're at Buckhorn, they stay right next to us. They made what they call a tiny T, and it's a cargo trailer. And they back their bike out, then they got way they set up a bed in there, and they use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but they had theirs plumbed for an air conditioner, and it had a CO2 warning thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they had a bunch of cool ideas in that little camper, like stuff I didn't think about. You know, I thought I had thought this thing out, and then I looked at theirs, and I'm like, nope, I got room for improvement. This is
they bought it and they had it over winter, and they went through and painted it Harley colors and inside of it and did everything. And once they got it all done, they did stuff I didn't even think about.
Yeah. Some
Yeah,
of the way they run their lights and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a whole thing. It's kind of those things where what is it, probably like 8-10 grand for an enclosed trailer, like a new one at least.
Yeah, I think it depends on what size. Yeah, it depends on what size you want. They got like a 8x12, and I think down in our area they paid like $4 grand for it.
Not bad.
But I don't know, how much money they put in it since then. But
yeah, I mean, obviously campers are expensive. Toy haulers, campers are expensive, but you get your kitchen, you get your bathroom if, at a certain size or whatever. And so it's just kind of how you want to go about it,
Yeah,
I want to buy a $10,000 trailer and cut a bunch of holes in it to make it like a camper.
Yeah. When we bought this one, we bought it in 22, and we was looking for a camper actually without a toy hauler in it because we thought, because I wasn't going to spend $60,000 on a toy hauler.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was looking at. That we met a couple that had one similar to this one, same company that made it, Forest River, and this is a Gray Wolf, and they had they make them anywhere from like 18-foot toy haulers all the way up to this one. Here's a 34-foot.
34. Okay.
And they had one a little bit shorter than this one, and we looked at it, and they told us the price on it, and I'm like, well, that's doable, because theirs is right around $25,000. And I said, well, that's pretty doable. Then I so we started looking, and luckily, I'm glad we bought this one because I don't think we could have fit both our bikes in the one they had.
Yeah. Yeah. When we talked to Windroad, that was what she said. She said her next camper is going to be another like 2 or 3 feet longer because it changes the floor plan on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, my next one's going to be the next size up, whatever that is. And she's like, because you get so much more for that 2 foot of space or 3 foot or whatever it was.
Yeah, that 2 or 3 foot of space that you get, it don't seem like a whole lot. You're like, oh, I really don't need it. But in a camper, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, you get different floor plans with it and stuff. And if you do a camper, a toy hauler, and you can say, my cam's at home's going off because the daughter's coming home. So the dogs know when the cams go off. somebody's there.
We're not there.
But we're not there.
No,
But,
Jerry, I've always
We
been told-
recommend a second door because
Whoa.
we can come in our bedroom and don't have to crawl over the bikes
Yeah.
to get to our bedroom when we pull over at night. Hey, ain't nobody here.
You know, I tell my daughter about that all the time, but she doesn't believe me. He just keeps going.
But when you pull over, like if you want to stay at a truck stop or a Cracker Barrel or whatever, you can just crawl right through that front door and go right to your bedroom, bathroom, and you don't have to crawl over your bikes to get there.
Gotta figure out how to slide out on this. That sounds like a project right there.
Right. Buy an enclosed trailer and then figure out how to put a slide out on it.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's one of those. I hope you're a content creator with 1 million subscribers, because that's the way you justify spending that much money on your enclosed trailer, project.
Hey.
I bought a rec trailer and a good enclosed trailer. I bought a rec camper and a good enclosed trailer, and we're going to combine them.
That'd be something to see.
There's the wiener. There's the wiener.
So you got any Sturgis tips as a Sturgis veteran there?
Oh yeah,
Sunblock.
sunblock. No, like if you're going to be a new rider, come up with a veteran rider,
Yeah.
because you do needles and Iron Mountain Road and stuff like that. They're, especially with all the traffic, you need to have somebody that either in front of you to help you out or whatever. And when you are doing needles, I've never done Tell the Dragon or anything like that yet. That's on one of our lists. But when you're riding needles at Iron Mountain and these real crooked roads, stay to the white lines.
Yeah.
Because you get somebody, even I've noticed it with bikes, and it seems like there's a lot of cars on needles this year in Iron Mountain Road. But they like to cut that corner.
Yeah.
Come into your lane.
So I would, recommend to stay up on that white line a little bit further. Yeah, we don't like to ride it, but we like to cut down into that yellow line. But up here, you kind of need to either stay middle to up, which we don't like riding in the middle, but stay up there, because you get a lot of people, even other bikes, cutting into your lane.
Yeah.
There's been several fatalities this year up here already. The first weekend.
I think
Really?
they were the first
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
There was like the first day we was up here, first full day we was up here, I think one person got killed up by Mount Rushmore.
Or sorry, it was 8 wrecks, one of which was fatality the first day, I think is what I saw.
Yeah. And even on the way here, we was headed in, and Mike was actually, we were kind of playing tag. He come by us before we got into Rapid City out there on the 90, and he passed us, and we kind of seen him coming up, and I told her to grab the video camera, so we kind of video him as it go by. Then a MC Club passed us
Just after them.
just after him, and I don't know, we didn't make it a mile or 2 miles up the road, and one of the back guys was down in the median and flipped his bike.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, I
And
saw that.
he was standing up when we went by, so I mean, hopefully he's okay. But Mike said he watched it. He did a little short video on it the other day. But he said, when I was talking to him, he said, ask him, I said, did that, because we met him up here when we was checking in, and I asked him, I said, did that MC Club pass you? He said, yeah. And he said, wasn't shortly after they passed me, he said, I was riding. He said, I thought it was a piece of plastic. He said, next thing I realized, it was actually a bike flipping through the air. And I don't know if the crosswind caught him or what, but they was rolling pretty good. Because in my camper, I rolled about 65 miles an hour.
Were they riding side by side, or were they riding staggered?
No, they was riding Motorman.
Gotcha. Yeah, and the high winds, you don't want to do that.
Nope.
Yeah. But yeah, just the main thing is watch out for one another up here because, yeah, we're all motorcycle people, but there's mistakes to be made,
Yeah.
and if you're a new rider, like I said, be one of the things I would come up with a veteran rider up here to help you out if you're planning on coming up here.
If have y'all found any like smaller places that are cool to hang out other than like the big venues and the big concerts or anything?
We found a couple of them. One on the way to South Dakota yesterday. It's called the Number 3. And then the Oasis was pretty cool. And then the
Knuckle pretty good. It was downtown. It was all right.
It was happening in Canada.
Yeah, like here, Kickstand, like it's actually pretty mellow.
It is.
Yeah.
You can go up, watch. Yes, they don't have name bands up here. I mean, they're up and coming bands or good bands. But like at night, you can get a good night's sleep. The last bike don't shut off at 5, and the first one turn on at 5:01 here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Texas Hippie Coalition and Jasmine Kane aren't nothing,
Yeah, Jasmine Kane and Hippie Coalition is going to play. They're probably, and I have to be honest, it's probably the better bands that they've had here this week. The other one's been some. We went up and watched. We kind of heard one because we didn't go out and actually watch them, and we wasn't a big fan of. But there's other bands they're pretty good. We haven't went down and watched too many of them because we've been out riding all day. We got kind of tired. We really didn't want to go down, but as coming through, they sounded really good.
Well, see, we forced you to come in out of the heat and chill out in the air conditioner for an hour with us, so that way y'all can recuperate for tonight's festivities.
There you go. We appreciate it. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, if you get outside of town, like I said, we went to North Dakota. Now, this was out in the middle of nowhere. Number 3, it was almost to North Dakota, in a town called Buffalo, South Dakota, but it was a nice little place to get a damn good burger. And for me and her walked out of there we had water because it was so hot, but the 2 burgers and 2 waters was like $21.
No, that's not bad.
That's not
the cheapest meal
That's the cheapest meal that we've had since we're here, and very good burgers.
Yes.
Like 2 people can hardly eat at McDonald's for $20 these days.
What he said.
Yeah.
Chase, it sounded like he was asking a question a second ago.
No, I was gonna say you guys are further that away from us, but it looks, I mean, sunset should be headed your way pretty soon.
Right.
So yeah. Last night we had actually, when we come back from North Dakota, we actually rode between a storm and a real cloud. It looked like it could turn into a storm. Rode right between them. They crossed them plains. It was very beautiful, and but it cooled it down. So once we got back to Sturgis, we was able to we sat outside for a couple hours before we decided to go to bed. We actually let the gate down because our gate will come down and make it into like a deck.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't get to use it very often because usually it's too damn hot. But we let it down, put the gate up, let the dogs run back there on the gate, and we sat out there, watched the sunset, and listen to the bikes and stuff go by.
Where else would you recommend people going if they go to Sturgis?
I say ride the road in between Deadwood and Keystone. I don't remember what that is, 97?
I'm gonna pull out my map here, Jay.
I say ride that one because it's a beautiful ride.
Yeah, and there's actually a little ride. I don't know how many people know about it, but you go out of Hill City and is it Keystone?
It's into Keystone.
Keystone to Hill City, and there's a little road that takes off right there beside the train.
It's called Railroad Drive or something.
Yeah, it's called Railroad Drive or something. Anyway, take that, and it's like a 10-minute ride, or 10-mile ride, but boy, it's a nice twisty little out of the way, and hardly nobody riding it.
What's the temp out there been the last couple of days? The highs?
probably mid 80s to 90.
Okay.
And today was like 90 something.
Yeah, today was the hottest day that probably we've had since we've been here. Kind of depends. We've had some mid 70 degree days, probably at night, mid 60s.
Right on. That's
It's
pretty
super
good
nice.
weather right there.
Yeah, it hasn't been, like I said, this day's been probably the hottest. Now when we rode out to the Badlands, it was almost 90 when we rode out there.
Yeah, and the humidity's down pretty low, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, if it had humidity here, that made it a little bit worse. But yeah, there's hardly any humidity. And if you've never been to the Badlands, that's a ride to take. I have to say, we kind of discouraged it for the last 2 years.
Yeah, we did do it last 2 times.
Last two times, but we rode it this time. Went out there, and it's worth seeing.
It is.
Yeah.
It's hotter than Hades out there too.
Right.
Yeah, it's hot. That's where we got most of our sunburn.
Right.
Yeah.
You
How
drop
many
down
times
off.
Sturgis?
Go ahead.
How many times have you guys been to Sturgis?
This is the third time.
Okay. All right.
We
And
went 21, 23, and now 25.
Gotcha.
You gonna try to keep that odd year going?
Yeah, we try to do it every other year. I don't know if we can keep it this here in the future because we got a couple other big plans that we're trying to do. And next year we got, we're thinking about going to Little Sturgis, but we got 2 cruises booked for next year. So that's going to take up a lot of vacation time.
Hey, that's what Shannon wants to do, is go on a cruise.
Yeah, we got one booked for,
I love cruising.
yeah, we got one booked for
January and one in August.
One in August. Our daughter, one of our daughters is be her first cruise, and she's wanting to go, and her and my best friend's daughter is going to go with her. So we're going to kind of chaperone
Yeah.
the deal because neither one has been out of the country, and I don't know if you guys, anybody knows, but one of our daughters is hard of hearing, hearing impaired. So that way we can be with her on her first experience out of the country. So
Yeah. That August cruise, where's that August cruise to?
That one is going to Belize. It's going to Honduras and Cozumel.
Is it early August or late August?
It's later August.
about hurricane season.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all got to what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, we know this.
Yeah, we've done what
Several. Yeah,
several in August, and we've never had an issue so far. So.
Okay.
they try to go around the weather,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
this one is going to go out in New Orleans.
Hopefully there's not like a Cat 5 rolling through and they're just like, well, we're taking you back to port. Have fun.
That's the look.
Yeah. But yeah, Sturgis down here, I mean, there's a lot to do. I mean, it ain't just in Sturgis. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of riding. Even this time we didn't even make an agenda. And
Glad we didn't.
And this has probably been one of the best experiences that we've had up here because we didn't make an agenda. Because we'd wake up and say, what are we going to do? And she said, well, let's go do this. We just had one thing booked, and that will be in that video that we will display after we get back. But
You can go hundreds of miles and still run out of motorcycles.
Yeah.
in Sturgis.
and she said, let's just pick a road and go ride. And I couldn't even tell you some of the roads that we went and rode because we didn't make an agenda. We didn't say, and said, you know, we may get somewhere and say, where do you want to go now? I don't know. Let's just go here. So.
What up, Brock?
Well, obviously, the Waggonators are partying right now. We can see it happening. I see.
Yeah. We're going to party the last night we're here.
Some sunburns, some beers, a camper. That's Sturgis right there.
There you go.
Show.
Do y'all ever do the back weekend, or y'all always do the front weekend?
We normally do the front weekend.
Okay.
We've never, usually about Fridays when we take off. We have talked about it, about maybe doing pre-rally to mid-rally.
Yeah.
We talked about doing that. But I've seen other content creators where they've done the back end to after rally, and it seemed like a lot of stuff after the rally is starting to close down.
Yeah.
Like shops and stuff like that. And because they've been so busy through the week, they just kind of like take a little vacation.
Gotcha.
But,
I'm anti crowds. You know, once crowd reaches a certain size, I'm good. I don't want to do that. So,
well, what's really crazy up here is I don't know how many people actually come to this rally, because I'm going to tell you right now. Now, the vendors, we asked the vendors, and they say they've been really busy.
Yeah.
But to us, it hasn't seemed like any busier because than any other than normal when we're up here, and it's so spread out. You're not like, I don't never feel like I'm crowded.
Okay.
Unless you go to a concert or something, that's where you're going to feel that. Or if you go into a bar downtown during the day or something. But we took a trip downtown Tuesday down at night. It's the first time we ever went downtown Sturgis at night, and I thought, man, this thing's gonna be popping. And we got down there, and it was like there was some bikes down there, but not a whole lot. But you walk into any bar that we went into, and it was like if you walked into your hometown bar, it wasn't like packed.
Now, I will say the Cat House during Spring Fling is way more packed than any place that we've been to
at night.
I got you.
So, this big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's this way, Chase. It's not this way.
It's this way. It's mirrored, so I'm like trying to figure out how to get my fingers to do what I want to do. Yeah, well, in Sturgis, it seems like, which Jay and I have never been to Sturgis. Full disclosure to our audience, neither of us have been. So it just seems like it's gotten, which rightfully so because of the number of people, it's gotten so spread out over many towns, and there are a million campgrounds now.
Yes.
Like, if you try to chuck them all on Main Street in Sturgis.
The bad thing about Sturgis is it's been commercialized way too much.
Yeah.
Because it's like we were talking earlier, the cheapest meal you can find is way out of Sturgis. Mike said him and Bagger Baiter went on a pub crawl or pub run, and he said they just hit like little hole in the walls, and he said their prices never changed like down here in Sturgis. He said it was really nice. He said, and he goes, that's what I feel that this used to be, and now they've got it so commercialized where you're spending a ridiculous amount of money to come up here.
What's the average price on a mixed drink or a beer?
Well, we range from anywhere for, like, if I just buy a Mick Ultra, is
from $4 to $12.
If you're on the bus, you get it for $4. If you're the cheapest bar that I found was $7, and they was anywhere from that to $10
for a Mick Ultra.
They were 12
for a Mick Ultra.
They were 12 at the Buffalo Chip.
I don't know what a mixed drink was because I haven't bought one of them here.
Well, shit, buy one for me, driver.
I will.
Your mission, you got to go out and do a whole video on the mixed drink prices.
Yeah, I'll have to go around there.
Full throttle and everything. Just go down the strip and ask them, like, how much is a Jack and Coke, I guess?
Yeah. Buy the same thing everywhere you go.
Yeah. I say I'm gonna guess a mixed drink probably $12 at least.
Yeah.
Because
I was looking because we were talking about it. Just I'm like the official information giver. 2024, 471,000 motorcycles. 2023, 458,000. The record was the 75th anniversary at 739,000 motorcycles.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, there's a lot of motorcycles up here, but I don't feel crowded when I'm out riding or anything. Now, Needles was pretty busy. I think a little bit busier than normal. But like going downtown, it didn't seem any worse than any other time. But vendors seemed like they was been really busy. So I'm saying there's probably more people up here, but I think everybody just spread out.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen XAN's comment here. It said that Amzil Adam had a record-breaking days every day so far, the bike count and money.
Yeah, and I say he probably has. I mean, like a lot of these, we go by Upper Black Hills Harley Davidson. We did go by where he was at, but everybody's busy putting in stereo systems, suspension. I mean, handlebars. I mean, every place had bikes in it. I mean,
Yes.
I was lucky when I went to Suspension Technology. I was the only person there, and I rolled in there, and I bet I wasn't in there 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they had other people come in behind us. So
Yeah. But they had two guys put shocks on my bike, and we was in and out.
On the fronts, are you doing like a cartridge setup or?
Yeah, it'd be a cartridge setup. He said it'd be the last set I ever put in there.
Yeah.
He said you can put 100,000 miles on them. He said you'll have the same warranty, but he said you'll run 100,000 miles. He said you'll never have to change your fork oil or anything.
I've heard good things about Suspension Technology stuff.
Yeah, El Buffalo switched from Legends to them, and he said they was night and day between the two.
Yeah, busted Knuckles. He bought a set for his old bike, and then when he got ready to trade in the new bike, he's like, "Hold on, I got to run to the house real quick. I'll be right back." And ran home and swapped the shocks out, and then went back up there and traded his bike in so he could put him on the new bike.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.
But because I mean, they're like I said, you spend $900, almost $1,000. I mean, you don't want to trade them off.
No.
Especially if you don't got any miles on them.
Yeah.
Especially if they're not going to give you anything for having them on there.
Right.
Now, XAN, I don't know if you're talking about the same video. I know one day this week he said they did 47 bikes. Between service, love jugs, like whatever random stuff. They ran through 47 bikes. Amsoil Adam did one day.
Huh. That's a lot of bikes.
Yeah, and I heard they had cruising through on 2 up there at the Nowowski tent doing installs and stuff. Oh, Chris Flyglide.
Oh yeah. He was working. I saw that in somebody's videos. I don't know if that was Monkey or Amsoil Adam, but yeah, he was up there doing some work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, suspension. But yeah, I mean, you can get it all done up here. But like I said, the vendor's been busy. I mean, I say it's probably going to be a good numbers. One nice thing, we have seen the state troopers pulling over cages instead of motorcycles.
Yeah, that's always nice during a motorcycle rally.
Yeah, but I mean, we know a content creator that
did get pulled over.
He did get pulled over. I don't know what he got, if he got a ticket or not, but I know it wasn't going to be for DWI because he don't drink much. Yeah. But he did get pulled over. But there's been a few bikes pulled over, but mainly what we've seen is cars pulled over up here.
I'm trying to wait on Chase to buy a toy hauler so we can. I'm trying to talk him into buying a big one, a 2-bike toy hauler, so I can just pitch in gas and ride with him.
Speaking of Chase, I did see a BMW up here. It had a front fairing on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen now 2 other ones in the wild. I saw that one at Bike Fest Lake of the Ozarks last year. And I saw one in the Bass Pro parking lot like 2 months ago. And those are the other 2 I've ever seen. Yeah,
I was going to take a picture of it, and I don't know.
He questioned it. He's like, I don't think Chase is supposed to be here.
Yeah, for a minute I thought it was your bike, and I was like, I don't think Chase is supposed to be
here.
I thought, well, maybe he is here, but I can't remember him saying if he's coming or not.
Yeah, Chase is one of 2 BMW YouTubers on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, BMW R18.
R18. That's fair.
There's plenty of GS and RT and whatever people. Yeah, there's no.
Yeah,
RT.
But I will say, if you're coming to Sturgis, I mean, whatever you want done to your bike, you can get done up here. especially if it's a Harley.
It's usually free install.
Yeah, usually most of it's free install. I mean, I'm sure like stereos and stuff, I think they charge a little bit, but
yeah, I'm, on the one hand, I'm kind of jealous of that because that's awesome. On the other hand, it keeps me from spending money.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like her Indian. It's hard to find parts. It's like Spencer Technology. They don't have the shocks out quite yet for Indians, but they're working on it. And he said they'll have a rear suspension for her pretty quick. But yeah, if like Indians and some of your metrics, it's hard to find parts up here. But for Harley, you can find about anything you want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, and back to suspension technologies on that, man, it's hard to go wrong with a ex NASCAR suspension guy building suspension for Harleys, well, for motorcycles now. You know, it's like, you know, yeah, that's cool. You know,
Yeah.
Have y'all ever heard of a company called Batubo?
No.
They build motorcycle shocks, but they mostly they're an Italian company, mostly in Europe and stuff like that for the sport bikes. But they've been doing it since like the late '60s. But they have a little bit of a foot. They've got a toe in the U.S. market, but I wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing more and more stuff out of them. They have shocks on a couple of the baggers in the bagger series.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody needs competition.
Yeah, yeah. Competition is good for everybody.
Yeah,
say again, Chase.
What's the brand called?
Bitubo, Bitubo.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. They've been around since the '60s, building shocks for race bikes and everything else, and nobody's ever heard of them.
Yeah, right. Like I'm like a European bike guy, so I was like, wait, did he say a brand I don't know about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that Harley's starting to get some competition because it keeps everybody up on their toes. With Indian, BMW, and some of these bikes are coming up, the touring bikes and stuff, other than just Harley, because I think it's pushed Harley to do a little bit better, but it also pushes the other brands to kind of step up too.
Oh, for sure. We'd have never got the 23.5 CVO and the 24 redesign. We'd have never got that as fast as we did had the Challenger not come out.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest, So
I think the king of the bagger stuff, that's really helped out.
Man, I love watching that. I've been out of watching racing for a long time, but I watched every race of that first season. It was only like 6 races, and I catch them on Moto America all the time. And
Sorry,
go ahead.
I was saying that sort of thing, like with racing, like the purpose of racing, aside from like the competition and everything, is that technology is they spend all that money so that technology trickles down to like the retail level over X amount of years, right? They're doing all that research, all that development, so then eventually 10 years later, it's on your bike, know. And so if they don't have a racing series or whatever to put those bikes in, then that innovation is either going to be way slower or just not happen.
Yeah, yeah. And even shorter period this go round with Harley, the new 121, the new generation bikes have already got some of the lessons they learned from bagger racing is in the stuff, and I'm excluding the Road Glide RR, just your regular bike like Mike's bike,
Yeah, they got the inverted forks on the CVOs and the bumbo brakes, and they're bringing it to the street, which makes it safer and better riding bike.
You get more value for your money.
Yeah. Only thing Harley needs to do, what it sounds like, because I talked to a guy up here. We went to the Indian dealer because the wife likes the Indian dealer because we got better merchandise up here than any store we go to. But he said he had a 24 Street Glide and had a bad front end wobble in it, and the Street Glide, I guess the Road Glides don't have that issue. It's the Street Glide that does, and he was trading his off because of that.
I've heard changing the windshield fixes it on some bikes. Putting a quarter turn in the steering stem fixes some bikes, and tire pressure. up inflating your tire takes away a lot, and not, it's not across all bikes for some reason, and it's only the street glides.
It's just a street glide, and I guess he took it back to Harley a couple different times, and they couldn't. And they said they had it fixed, but he said he got it on the highway and he started having issues again.
Yeah.
So he housed it, and that's a sad that that's happening.
Yeah.
I guess they told him in a few days corporate would be getting a hold of him, but he wasn't waiting around for that.
Okay. I mean,
we
that's
got
fair.
a biker's garage in here.
But I mean, every brand has an issue. No matter, I bought an Indian and I had an issue. That's why I ended up with a Harley.
Right.
So
hey, it goes both ways, right?
Yeah, it goes both ways, and I'm sure. I don't know. I've never rode a BMW. Maybe they have a glitch in something they have. I don't know. Chase will probably know more about that.
Especially when you're talking about new platforms and new motors and everything like that.
Yeah.
People are talking about recalls on stuff, and I'm like, well, if you're riding a new power plant or a new model year or whatever, for the first couple of years, like there's going to be some teething issues. My biggest teething issue has been me not replacing the wheel bearings fast enough, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect bike,
No, and especially when they, like Chase was saying, they bring out a new platform or whatever, that's why I don't, if I'm going to buy something that, especially if I'm going to go buy a new bike or whatever, I wait till it's out on the market for a couple of years for that new platform before I jump in, because that way they get the bugs and stuff worked out of it.
Yeah, because Chase, they got a recall on your final drive right now, don't they?
Several things. Well, so I did buy the first year. Well, technically the power plant had been out for a couple of years, but the Bagger and Transcontinental, I was the first model year of those.
Yeah.
They did stretch the frame and stuff, so it was a decent amount different than the older ones. But let's see, I had to get the reverse gear. I know Harley guys, what is that, right? The reverse gear, there was like a water issue in the electric boot that could cause the bike to burn down, which mine never did, but I got it replaced. What was the other recall I had done, Jay? Come on now. Headlight. My headlight busted.
Yeah, your headlight.
The adaptive headlight, like that turns when you turn, it like failed and just like drooped over to the side. And so I had to get that replaced. And then I don't think the final drive isn't a recall. They're just, if it leaks, they're replacing it.
Okay.
Kind of thing, but it's not like an official recall. But yeah, I mean, there's just stuff that happens when you make new bikes. You can't test it enough before you send it to market for things to not happen. I don't think you can't wait 10 years to put a new bike out.
Yeah, but it's better than buying software. You buy software and then 6 months later they give you the other half of it.
Well, it depends on how the company treats you too. Like you say, if you take it to the dealer and you say you have a problem and it's something, they can or can't fix, or they don't treat you right, that's a whole different situation than, yeah, we screwed this up, we're taking care of it.
Yeah. And at least with a recall, they're trying to address the problem and they're not trying to hide it.
Yeah.
It's not like there's 100 videos saying, hey, this thing sucks, and X bike company says that there's not a problem. It's like, no, look, we have a problem with a zip tie. We're doing a zip tie recall, like on, what was it, the Softail? There was like one zip tie that was in the wrong spot and they had to move it. And then there was a zip tie fix, like one of the wires on the front of the like 2022 Street Glide. One of the brake lines came down and it would rub. So the fix was put a zip tie on it, So yeah, it's a recall, but some of them are just little things, like the Softail. There's a Softail recall on a bolt, and it's like, if the factory put it in this way, but if you'd have put it in this way, it'd have been fine,
Yeah.
Well, there was some electrical issue with the RevMax, right? I don't know if it was the battery or the stator or something that wasn't big enough for the power plant. It wasn't keeping up, and they were frying them and stuff.
Yeah, I'd heard that too. I didn't dig into that one, but I'd heard about it. So, yeah. But they fixed it. It's like, hey guys, here you go.
XAN, I sound like I'm in a cave. Do I sound like I'm in a cave?
But back to Sturgis, I think, if you've never been, at least do it once. And after that, you'll be hooked.
Right.
we ride those. I mean, you guys ride down in Arkansas all the time. We ride in Arkansas and Missouri, and there's beautiful riding up here. But man, you get up here in these mountains, and it and the Black Hills are just beautiful. And like I said, venture out. We rode to North Dakota. You get on them plains and stuff, and man, it's just beautiful out through there. Right up into Wyoming and Montana and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome.
This country sure has a lot to offer, especially on two wheels.
It does.
It does.
And it's got the weather to offer you too, because it can change every 5 minutes.
Every Sturgis is like, is it wet? Is it 50-mile-per-hour wind? Is it 110 degrees? Like, you just don't know.
Yeah. And if you're tent camping, we're going to give you a tip on this. The first year we went, because we did a lot of research, and do your research too, of where you want to stay and stuff. Because there's, like Chase was saying, and you were saying earlier, there's tons of places to stay up here. And what we like may not be what you like. You may want something a little bit more rambunctious, like Glencoe, where anything goes. We're Buffalo Chip, where it really never shuts off. But if you're tent camping, vacuum seal your clothes.
Yeah.
And we did it the first year for one. If it rains, you got dry shit to put on.
Yeah.
If it's dusty, you got clean shit to put on.
Well, guys, we're up against it. I gotta do something here in a little bit. I gotta pick my kid up from work as usual on Thursdays. So where can we find you?
Okay, you can find us on YouTube.
Yep.
Waggonators Crusade.
On Waggonators Wacky Crusades. Find us on Instagram. I'm Mr. Waggonator. That's Lady Waggonator. And we do have a Facebook page that you can friend request us, and we'll accept it. It's called Waggonators, and it's on Facebook.
I'll get all those links in the description later this evening, and if anybody wants to check out your channel, they can find those links later tonight.
Yeah, and when you watch videos, no matter what content creator you listen to or watch, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like it, and hit the notification bell if you like everybody. So
That's cool.
and that helps out all content creators. No matter if you subscribe to our channel, or Chase's, or Jay's, or whoever. If you watch your videos, make sure you subscribe to them.
Preach, Jerry, preach.
Right. Hey, man, I'm bad about not saying it.
It helps us because it makes us want to do more videos.
That's true. Well, guys, thank you very much, Mr. Chase.
Thank you.
Any last words?
Man, last word.
Down.
Northwest Arkansas tonight. What's going on?
And we appreciate the invite.
Yeah,
indeed.
Sure.
Glad to have you guys here. Glad to have you guys here. Y'all be safe. I'm gonna end this stream. Everybody out there, take care of one another. Won't nobody else. And we're gone.